Now, introducing the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Well, look at the Bronx's opening lineup. They've got Devin Booker, Lauri Markkanen out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's Russell in at the one. Now here's Booker. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable. Beyond the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
And you know, some games you're plagued by false starts and slow momentum. You could tell they were getting frustrated.
But what a gutsy win. To struggle in the offensive end that much and still win the game, that says something about the character of the team.
Poeltl in the post. Working on Adebayo. The shot by Poeltl, no good. Left side, Russell. Right side, Booker. Back to Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Hart. Now here's Wiggins. No good with the triple.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
And another dime for him.
Nobody has been a better floor general in the history of this team than he has. Unparalleled vision.
And his name's now at the very top of the list in franchise assists. That's a record that might be in the books forever.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
Daniels tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The Bronx has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Markkanen sets a screen. Booker for three. Another three for the Bronx.
Booker for three.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Daniels. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Daniels has got 5 points.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Over the previous month, we look at the best when it comes to scoring. Devin Booker on top in the third spot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
This month has been a memorable one for both of these players. Just lighting up the nets and getting it done on offense.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Daniels. Off the mark there with a three. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Bronx. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year. Booker for three. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Hart from long range sends it home from three-point land. He has 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Booker. Give him 8, and the three-pointer goes.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
On the wing, Daniels. They grab their own miss. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wiggins. Drops in the three.
I like that. Give Wiggins something in rhythm, and he knocks it down.
Markkanen sets a screen. Booker fires from way outside. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Pass to Hart. Unloads from 13. The rebound by Markkanen.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball, right?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that.
Yeah, making it look easy. Gilgeous-Alexander is so skilled, the ball on a string, and we see him do this time and time again.
Now here's Booker. 11 points in the game. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Wiggins. Oh, Booker with a block. From downtown, Adebayo, no good. Bulls leading by 3. Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
Counted from distance.
And Booker just dominates in such an effortless fashion. The game comes naturally to him.
To the paint. Here's Wiggins. The ball's knocked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
And that's an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was
thinking. For Chicago, Prince comes in for Matthews, and it's Highland in for Rose.
For the Bulls, Taurean Prince, Bones Hyland.
Has to wear. The 11-footer, always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Booker. And the layup is good off the glass. Booker's got 16 points.
And we've kind of come to expect this performance from Booker every night. His scoring is just that consistent.
To the middle. Here's Prince. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Booker with it. Highland covering. Booker, good. 18 points for him.
Just bouncing off of contact. Booker putting in work in that weight room.
Pass to Prince. Prince, a screen on Claxton. Here's Ware. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Russell finds Booker. It's stolen by Highland. Prince, the pass to Highland. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. And Booker pulls it down. And Booker's got the ball here for the Bronx. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
Here's Highland following the bucket by the Bronx. Horford left side. from the line. And Prince with the bucket on the assist by Horford.
And you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
Booker surveying the floor. And a nice finish on the layup. Booker's got 22 points.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
There's the triple. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bronx.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And on top of that, they've been dialed in from deep. And if they keep it up, it could be a big night for them.
We've got Kenrich Williams. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Ware in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Rose. Driving to the basket. Can't connect from 14. The Bronx leading by 4. Right side Booker. Excellent D there from Wiggins. From 9 feet out. Oh, Wiggins with the silky touch at the rim.
Ooh, that's a nice take from Wiggins. You could see his eyes light up when he got that position.
Russell to pass to Booker. Over Wiggins. Booker no good. An opportunity now for them to get back on top.
Yeah, they've kept it within arm's length. Now they need to make a play.
Wiggins no good. The Brawlers have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Booker. Oh, Booker in close.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Wiggins against Booker. Horford inside. Some solid defense from Claxton. Wiggins against Booker. Takes it inside. Booker slips by.
It's the determination from Booker that just can't be matched.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
Booker, no good on the free throw. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
The Bronx leading by 4. And here's Booker. And he's got 28 now. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul of the game. Matthews, he's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Inside, here's Matthews. And he throws it down with one hand.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game. this.
Now here's Booker. Claxton a screen on Williams. For three, Booker. Chicago with a rebound.
After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
The kick out to Williams. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Bronx in the lead. Pass to Markkanen. Takes the three. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Markkanen's got 5 points.
That high arcing three, Markkanen is deadly from that corner spot.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Chicago making some changes. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Horford, and Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Fires in the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Booker. Markkanen sets a screen. No good on the three.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Some room here for Williams. That misses. Got a chance to tie it. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Bronx. They've got the Heat ahead of them in their next game in Miami. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Ooh, Booker from range. Pure.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the right wing. Outside, Williams. Pass to Matthews. He shoots. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Booker. Oh, the slam! Get up, Devin!
Okay, Book, we see the bounce.
The Bulls trail by 7 at 6'9". Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
5 on the clock. They get the rebound. Claxton passes to Booker. Nails it from beyond the arc. Booker's got 36 points.
Shoots the lights out. Booker has limitless range.
Chicago has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Williams with the screen. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Pass to Booker. Adebayo sets a screen. The three. The rebound by Ware. Chicago trailing here. To the middle. And the dunk to finish it off. Oh, beauty.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Booker. He's got 36 points.
2 minutes.
There's a screen. He buries it from 3. Booker's got 39.
Part of the evolution of Booker's game, getting consistent from deep.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Nice game. Great performance by Devin Booker.
And whatever the D has thrown at him, he's had an answer. His offense is coming naturally to him because he keeps things simple. You hear that, people? Keeps things simple.
And he gets that one.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning because once he does, he makes you pay.
Claxton passes to Booker. A minute 29 left in the first half of basketball. Bulls trail by 7. Pass to Wiggins. To the inside. Here's Hart. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
D was too focused on Wiggins scoring. Easy give to his teammate.
Booker with it. Screen by Claxton. And that's good. Devin Booker for 3. Booker's got 42 in the game.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Picked by Poeltl. Hart passes to Poeltl. Claxton with the block. And they're on the run. Booker for 3. Connects again from distance.
Oh my, he is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Poeltl with a screen on Russell. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Poeltl.
Moving so well for his size. Jakob is fantastic in that two-man action.
Pass to Booker. Right side Russell. Back to Booker. What balance from Booker.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. 35 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And a big part of that was his aggressiveness, drawing contact, and getting to the line.
Pass to Booker. Puts up a deep 3. That shot off. And so it's the Bronx, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. And more NBA action on 2K Sports. Coming your way right after this.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look, Shaq.
Yeah, the only way to... Okay, fellas, now a look at the sharpshooters lining up for the... Thanks for tuning in.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Taking a look at the brawlers. Bam Adebayo is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Claxton in at the center position. Hart from long range gets the 3 ball to go. Hart's got 11 points. The Bronx leading by 5. Markkanen, the pass to Booker. On the take, Booker. And Booker with the jam.
I guess Booker wants to play with his food before he eats.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Down low. Here's Daniels. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. 7 points in the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Lets it go from deep. Chicago with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Markkanen.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. Markkanen with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Russell, no good. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Wiggins from long range. Bulls keep it alive. There's another block. Grabs the rebound again.
And with every rebound, he creeps closer to the single-season franchise record.
It's been a magical season for him on the glass. I know all the fans of this team want to see him set the record. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league. Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Claxton a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Russell from outside. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
From role player to all-star, Adebayo has made the leap. Why?
effort plays like that.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Nice game. Great performance by Devin Booker.
They have to come up with a new wrinkle defensively because he is killing them from deep.
Chance here to compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Bronx.
It's been their guards who have really carried the weight offensively. They'd appreciate some more production out of their front court, but for now, their backcourt has kept them in it.
Shot from the inbound. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 6 points in the quarter.
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
Russell finds Booker. Takes a three. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Lets it go from 11. Wiggins for three. The Bronx grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Russell the pass to Markkanen. Outside Booker. Fires the three. Chicago with a rebound. Hurdle's got rebound number 8 now. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. And defense is all about will and desire. Here are the NBA leaders in steals so far. The 4th spot held by Josh Hart.
His defensive focus has been superb these last few games, continuously finding ways to strip ball handlers and upset the offense.
Daniels passes to Wiggins.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Outside Booker. Markkanen sets a screen. Good! Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Claxton a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Russell, no good. The Bulls trail by 6. And here comes the break. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That one on Russell.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, his accuracy from the stripe was pretty impressive in their previous game.
Now here's Markkanen. He's got 5. Outside Booker. Lets the 3 fly. Hurdle grabs a miss. Hurdle's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hart passes to Daniels. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. Uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 1-point Bronx lead.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking. And he's sending a strong message with that jam. Hart can't hit. The Bronx leading by 3. Outside Booker. Claxton a screen on Wiggins. For 3. And yes! Another basket!
I mean, just a magnificent showing for him offensively. Buckets coming in rapid succession.
And get this, he's now tied for 3rd most 60-point games in league history. Inside, here's Pirtle. Got a hand on it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
Chicago ball. Substitution for the Bulls. Ware.
Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
Williams is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Claxton a screen on Hart. Booker for three. Hurdle grabs a miss. Hurdle's got rebound number 11. Rose outside. And he's going for the oop here. And it's Ware missing.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this.
And again for three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Now it's a four-way tie between himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Damian Lillard.
Booker no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
And Williams punches it home.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Hart goes in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
While he's a bit undersized for a four, he more than makes up for it with his balance.
A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Booker for three. Connects again from distance.
There it is, a shot that puts him tied at the top of the record books.
Masterclass in three-point shooting. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing indeed. 14 triples alongside Captain Klay Thompson, that is. And this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's
And again for three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
It's a new single-game high-water mark for triples.
Yeah, making waves and passing the splash brother, Klay Thompson. 15 threes and counting. Blocked. He takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage on the road. You talk about a big-time performance.
He simply can't miss right now. He's burying triple after triple, and the defense appears to be completely helpless to stop him.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Hits the trifecta.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And Adebayo over to help. That's to Ware. Here's Matthews. Again with the block.
This is a supercharged defensive performance. No one in franchise history has blocked more shots in a single game.
He never lets up. Reading and reacting to every pass and every shot.
For three. Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Away team foul. D'Angelo Russell. Fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Bulls.
11 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. They need this. Can't hit that one. Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Brawlers. He put up. And we return to the action as the single game record for three-pointers is being rewritten.
Give this man his flowers. He is putting on a game for the ages.
Bones Highland out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Al Horford. Then it's Williams. And it's Ware in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Adebayo, a screen on Highland. Booker for 3. Another 3 for the Bronx.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Now Rose. Pass to Ware. 5 to shoot. Williams against Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Highland against Booker. Claxton a screen on Highland. Booker for 3. Chicago with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Has to Ware. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Rose.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Outside Booker. Screened by Claxton. Oh, another one falls.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time great individual performances in league history.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Let's go with a 3. And got it! Another basket!
That score moving him clear into 3rd all-time for scoring.
Well, you just knew it was yet another steal from him.
And another steal for him this year. He's been unreal defensively.
He's within striking distance of the franchise record for steals in a season. And there's a 3-second violation. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Brooklyn Nets.
And that game against the Pacers, things starting to solidify as that game is going to be number 10 on the year for them. Teams will be getting sharper every time out. And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side. And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3. The Bronx grabs the miss. Claxton's got 8 rebounds in the game. Russell to pass to Booker. Off target with the 3.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Pass to Jovic. Here's Ware. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Guarded by Russell.
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Bronx.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
It's Daniels with a drive. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Tons of first step quickness from Daniels.
Here's Booker. He takes it in. Comes up empty down low. The Bulls trail by 12. Here's Daniels. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
At the line for two, Daniels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
Chicago making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. So hits one and misses one at the line. The Bronx leading by 11. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time.
He's committed only 1 turnover through halftime, but he has been far more careless with the ball in the second half.
Pass to Daniels. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Pirtle. Oh, connects again.
90 points, a legendary performance.
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 5 points now this quarter.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
That free throw, no good.
Devin Booker, 2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
The thing about Booker is he rarely has an off night. He's one of the most consistent shooters in the league.
Pass to Hart. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at Shea playing big inside.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Bronx head coach had some words for his team over the break. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
At the line for the Bulls, Josh Hart. 1 shot.
Free throw good, Hart. And Booker's got the ball here for the Bronx. 17 points was their biggest margin. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
This is who you want at the line. And Booker gets himself there a lot.
That free throw misses.
For the away team, Devin Booker. 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pirtle with a screen on Russell. Gilgeous-Alexander. The Bronx grabs the miss.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Here's Booker. Rebounded by Daniels. Here are the Bulls with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. The Bronx leading by 6. Here's Booker. Good. He hits again.
And he's been dominant
had so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense, really taking it to the opposition. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16 points here in the second half.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Another one falls. Amazing.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Pirtle, the pass to Wiggins. Puts one up from 19. Claxton with a rebound. The Bronx has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. And another one.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, rejected by Claxton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. Daniels passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle. Four on the clock. Grant wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely
hits yet again. Wow.
The good times keep rolling for him. Now tied for second all-time in scoring.
Boy, the way he's been able to maintain his focus on offense all game. The defense throws everything at him, but he still scores.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact. Both sides are simply waiting for...
Another one goes! Incredible!
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands alone for second most points in a game. Unbelievable night. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Wiggins. Second chance effort. And Gilgeous-Alexander with the lay-in. Well, Grant, this game looks just about over.
BA, all they really need to do is just...
And good! There's another!
And that score puts them even. A night I never thought we'd see.
Wow, and he's tied for the record point for point. One more score and he'll stand alone. Wiggins for 3. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Booker can't get it to go. Wiggins finds Hart. So we see the Brawlers get the win here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
All right, thanks, guys. D'Angelo, some great basketball tonight.
Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony. And this time of the season, Brett, you know this, what are front offices focused in on right now?
Well, teams got to be really honest about the arc of where it is their team is. Are they competitive? Are they playoff caliber? Are they championship caliber? And depending on where that is, you're going to be very patient with either development or you're going to be impatient to dive in to try to win a championship at all costs. So lots of time here to go, but decisions will be made as the season goes on.
Now we'll look at the starting lineup for the Bronx. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's White. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Young in at the point. And here's Morant coming off a solid outing against Washington. Here's McBride, and it's off from three-point range. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Bronx. Adebayo with a screen for Young. Fires the three. Rebound by the Heat. We're about 1 minute into the first. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Erik Spoelstra. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter, and he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And that's where Young is just so comfortable. He lives well beyond the three-point line.
And one of those guys nabbing another steal.
And another steal for him this year. He's been unreal defensively.
He's within striking distance of the franchise record for steals in a single season.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Young against Morant. Outside Mathurin. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
And Young kicks to Markkanen. Back to Young. Kicked by Markkanen. Young, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Morant. And that one drops for him.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Markkanen against Mathurin. Markkanen a screen on Morant. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Atlanta. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Brawlers, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinions. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
The Heat with the lead. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. These players have been vacuums on the boards recently, leading the league in rebounding the past month. Second is Nick Claxton.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Allen finds Kuminga. Here's Morant. Leaps for it. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And it's sent back by Allen.
That's a great swat. Jared Allen gets up there, hard to escape his reach.
And Adebayo sends it back. Young looking around. Claxton sets the screen for Young. Good on the three-point shot. Young's got 9.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up, gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the Bronx, another three.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Could put that ball just about anywhere for Jared Allen. Puts those long arms to great use.
Adebayo with a screen for Young. Over Mathurin. A nice shot by Young. He's got 14.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Morant with a wide open look. Drains the three-pointer.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Larkin in a screen on Morant. He had a nice open look right there.
Young knows his range to answer his opponent.
Kuminga the pass to McBride. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over White. McBride's shot is off.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Young outside. There's the 3. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Mathurin, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And one of the better athletes in his draft class. Mathurin with quick lift off the floor and then the power to hammer it home.
And here's Young from the arc. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And Allen with the slam.
How is that for a dunk? Allen throwing all his weight behind that one with that finish.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Morant with the steal. 5-on-3 break. Lays it up off the glass.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. It's going to be Markkanen shooting. Finds on Benedict Mathurin. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Yabusele, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Horton Tucker comes in for Benedict Mathurin. Hardaway's checked in for Miles McBride. And Vincent subbed in for Morant. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision that he wants to huddle up with his guys. Morris is checked in for Talen Horton-Tucker. .136 left to play in the first quarter. Vincent. Punch grabs the miss.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And here's Young from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 23.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Morris passes to Allen. And here is Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Trae Young.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Markkanen sets the pick for Young. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
The Bronx leading by 8. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Drills the three-pointer.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Morris with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Markkanen finds Young. Back to Markkanen. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. And they double up Markkanen. From deep, Adebayo. Rebounded by Hardaway. From deep three-point land. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Now at the line.
And the second free throw, good. And he makes all three.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
And so it's the Bronx with their lead standing at 6 points here at the... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bronx.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Yabusele out there with Trace Jackson-Davis. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Vincent in at the 2. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And Hardaway gets it to go.
He's got some growing confidence right now in the catch-and-shoot game, Hardaway Jr. Feels like he could score from anywhere.
Adebayo with a screen for Young. Fires the three. The rebound by Yabusele.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth. That's one he knows he should have drained.
Markkanen sets the pick for Young. Fires from deep. And another miss by the Bronx.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's Morant missing. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bronx. They've led by as many as 11 points. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking. Play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it, but look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Pass to Jackson-Davis. Back to Vincent. Launches a three. Cans it from downtown. Vincent's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Here's Young. 26 points for him. Paxton a screen on Morant. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Young's got 29 in the game.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Morant with the bucket. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
Young from outside. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Morant against Young. Yabusele. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Morant against Young from outside the arc. They grab their own miss. Adebayo kicks to Young. From deep. Traps in the tray.
Trae Young.
Young's got 9 points in the quarter.
and wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
Jackson Davis can't get it to go. The Bronx leading by 5. Claxton sets the screen for Young. The three-pointer off the mark.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And again, it's the Heat missing. And for the Bronx, their shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Pass to Claxton. Young outside. Shot clock at 6. He can't hit that time. Hardaway with it. Picked up by Claxton. From past the arc. That one's good. And the Bronx lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Hardaway.
Well, that's a rhythm shot. And when Tim Hardaway Jr. finds that kind of rhythm, he becomes a much more solid offensive option.
Young for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat.
He needs to try to get another basket this quarter because clearly his jumper is not going down right now.
Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Morant against Young. Adebayo with a screen on Morant. Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Morant passes well. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And Jared Allen, one of the best rim runners we have in the league. What a dunk.
Adebayo with a screen for Young. And again for 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. And for the Bronx, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Young outside. At 3 off the mark. Miami's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Hardaway passes to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And Durant's got the ball here for the Heat. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Hardaway, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Miles McBride's checked in for the Heat.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Timeout called here, the first for the Bronx. And Miami making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. The Bronx trails by 4. Claxton sets the screen for Young. And another miss by the Bronx. Here's Miami now. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's McBride over Claxton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's on Nick Claxton. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Heat?
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of...
Good! Another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Mathurin. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Adebayo the screen. Young from out. Connects again from distance.
And I don't think I have ever seen a player this dialed in from deep.
Well, with that make, he's now, Greg, alone in second place for most threes in a game. You know, at this point, you have to go for the top spot, right? Here's Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks that one from the post. Allen's got 10 points in the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Claxton sets the screen for Young. On the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot's good. And it's a 3-point Miami lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Young outside. A 3-pointer, no good. Outside, Kuminga uses the glass to finish the layup. Kuminga's got the lead up to 5 now for the Heat.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's been all about Tim Hardaway for the Miami Heat. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting.
I've got a good idea who I want to see make the cut. So far, these results are close, but I know what I'm thinking. It's right there, Shaq.
That's why this is a democracy, Kenny. One person doesn't get to choose.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Heat.
They've controlled the pace, and it's been fast. Getting out in the open court and scoring before the defense could get set.
Says the Jet.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
The Bronx trails by 5. Taking a look at the brawler. Got Trae Young. Bam Adebayo is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's White in a shooting guard. Adebayo kicks to Young. 5 on the clock. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now, here's Morant for 3. Comes up empty, and he's now 5 for 8. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
The Bronx has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Claxton sets the screen for Young. From outside, off the mark. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Morant against Young. And it's Morant missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Adebayo with a screen on Morant. Good, another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Connects from three-point range. Morant's got 14 points.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Adebayo with a screen for Young. And again for 3.
And he's scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for 3s in a game. Morant looking around. And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Morant against Young. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Outside Mathurin. Into the lane. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And you see that extra gear with Mathurin. Gets him to the rim in a blink.
Now, here.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Adebayo with a screen on Morant. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Young's got 59 points.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Now, here's Morant for 3. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Young from outside. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Kuminga's got 5 rebounds tonight. Free throw line jump shot. Again, the Heat good for 2.
How about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Adebayo the screen. Young, no good. Miami leading by 5. And there's the call on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Timeout call, Bronx. Yabusele, he's checked in for Benedict Mathurin.
Now in the game, number 20.
sets the screen for Young. Good, another from 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Yabusele kicks to Morant. And so Miami again turning it over.
Goes to the away team.
Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. Jared Allen, 4th.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Young outside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. McBride with the ball. Young's there. And McBride gets it to go.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Axton a screen on Morant. Young's shot is off. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They lead by 4. And Kuminga throws it down.
Big time slam there from Kuminga. His coaches and teammates encourage him to get up strong like that.
Adebayo with a screen on Morant. To the inside. It's tipped. The kick out to Young. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And it's good for 2.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down.
Connects again from distance.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had. The Bronx trails by 5.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing 3-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
And this shooting display could be in a museum, an absolute masterpiece from deep.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Kuminga. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Miles McBride. And Vincent subbed in for Morant. The Heat leading by 5. 13 feet away. Bronx grabs the miss. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. And you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
And another one falls. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
On the high post. Good on the jump shot. Hardaway has got 17 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Young from deep three-point range. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Miami's going to less, and another steal for him.
And just like that, he's tied the franchise single-game record for steals.
Oh, what a steal. He's taking him for everything they've got. Hardaway with it for 3. Can't hit that one. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Bronx Brawlers. A sensational night for him continues as he cranks his three-point made total even higher on what has been a historic night for him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a 3-point barrage the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
There's Jackson Davis out there with Yabusele. Then there's John Morant. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Hardaway into the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Young outside. Claxton sets the screen for Young. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Yeah, and gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Jackson Davis. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Here's the Bronx. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Adebayo with a screen for Young. Misses the three.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
To the middle. Here's Jackson Davis. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. And now a 3-point Heat lead.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Markkanen in the corner. Back to Young. Paxton a screen on Morant. Nailed from three-point land. Young's got it all tied up now for the Bronx.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
Pass to Yabusele. Here's Vincent. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Bronx. Claxton sets the screen for Young. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Morant against Markkanen. Hardaway is screen on Markkanen. Morant kicks to Hardaway. Over Young. Hardaway, no good.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Young for three. Hits it again. Wow. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Miles McBride's checked in for Miami. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He challenged this team. He said they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. We'll see if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Markkanen putting some work in on the defensive end, just outworking the shooter and closing out.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Young, no good.
You told me this was the kind of game he was going to have. I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Claxton sets the screen for Young. The tray. Good on the triple. Young's got 9 points now in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Brawler.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And another difference maker that we could point to tonight has been second chance points. They've been in there, they've had active hands, they've been in great position, and they've been smart attacking the offensive glass.
Miami trailing. Poke loose. White dishes to Young. Paxton a screen on Morant. Morant against Young. Just 5 to shoot. Again, what an avalanche.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history. Claxton sets the screen for Young. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Morant outside. Nice move. And the shot goes in. Morant's got 12 points here in the second half.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Here's Hardaway. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Hardaway Jr. just stepping up big time.
And some changes here for the Heat. Jared Allen's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Kuminga comes in for Yabusele. And it's Benedict Mathurin in for Miles McBride. And the Heat making a change here. McBride's checked in. And for the Bronx, they're shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Young for three. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Paxton a screen on Morant. Young, good.
I mean, this guy is unreal. What a show.
Now McBride. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. Trae Young stepping up and delivering in a big-time moment.
He swipes the ball away again.
And he's everywhere on defense, picking up that steal.
No one has more steals in a single game in team history. Amazing. Congratulations on breaking that record. And Mathurin has got the ball here for the Heat to the inside. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And look at how ready Allen was to fight for it. He's willing to go to battle for his team.
Adebayo with a screen for Young. And good! There's another.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on third place all-time in scoring. Morant against Young, and they double up Morant. Allen passes to Kuminga. Here's McBride.
Bringing a competitive energy to the defensive end. White stays connected to his man and plays with active hands.
Paxton a screen on Morant. Young. Outside, White. Young in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
You remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Adebayo with a screen for Young. Good! Another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Morant outside. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Paxton a screen on Morant. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop.
A huge shot from Morant. Wow. You see why they put the ball in his hands in those situations.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And, yep, another basket.
And that score moving him clear into third all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, G.A., you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either. McBride passes to Kuminga. Young against Morant. Allen a screen on Young. To Kuminga. Pulls in another board.
And he's having dominant a game on the.
Much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K and no NBA games tomorrow as the league comes to a halt for Election Day, Grant.
Oh, yes, BA. A good cause to pause. Amplifying the importance for all who are capable getting to the polls and making sure. Our voices are heard.
Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. Brook Lopez is out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. Now here's Antetokounmpo. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jaren Jackson picks one up, and Clark Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
Lopez, the screen.
And as a coach, Dan. Something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything, from the way we practice to the way we prepare for games to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start? Who's going to come off the bench? Which groups work well together? It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Here's the starting group for Houston. We've got Butler. Trae Young is out there with Austin Reeves. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Now, here is Young, the three. Rebound by Williams.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Young for three. Another miss by Young.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And making his third All-Star appearance last season, Trae Young, a guy who is filled with so much skill in elite play.
Well, look, Trae Young may be as much fun to watch, Kevin, as any player in this league, with his quickness, with his shooting range, and he is as creative a passer as anyone I have ever seen.
He is fun to watch, isn't he?
He really is.
Murray looking around. Pass to Powell. Jackson a screen on Herter. Powell for three. Rockets with the rebound.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Butler sets a screen for Young. In the corner. Herter with it. Back to Young. Reeves outside. 4 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Young, no good. Nuggets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. There's the call on Kevin Herter.
Timeout, timeout.
That's his first foul. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. The Rockets making a switch here. Daniels is checked in. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Nuggets third.
Well, they put a big emphasis on quality passes last year. We saw consistent high-level ball movement from them.
Thompson finds Williams. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
The high basketball IQ of Klay Thompson, finding a better look there.
Murray against Young. Takes a three. Rebound by Williams.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
And now a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go wide to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. The story right now is with the Orlando Magic making some early season roster adjustments. They've made a blockbuster move. Bringing in a guy like Giannis can change everything for you. You can run the offense through him, foul line down. He's one of the best finishers we've ever seen. Then, of course, there's the defense and rebounding, also elite. Add in the leadership he provides. This deal is a no-brainer.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated. And here is Murray. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Hits it from three-point range.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Young's shot is off. And so Powell will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Well, possibly. Every year brings something new. This first meeting should tell us a lot.
Now Murray. After the missed three from Trae Young. Murray, good.
Well, that's just another thing Murray can do for you. Get the three.
Young outside, beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown. Young's got 12.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Murray for three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Hartenstein with a screen on Murray. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Reeves. Boom, he jams it straight down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Butler from outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Houston on top. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Trae Young. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Daniels in at the small forward spot. The Nuggets trail by 5. And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
And here are the Rockets now. Denver able to drain the three. A nice shot by Young.
Yeah, even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, I've always felt like I belong. Goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, is this confidence or cockiness? He told her, you're basically kind of the same thing. Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you. Williams is checked in for Denver. DeJounte Murray comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Murray against Young. Murray, the pass to Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Yeah, you know the coaching staff loves to see Murray share the ball like that.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the evening. Free throw no good for Williams. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Murray, good.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking for the three-point shot for some extra offense.
Butler sets a screen for Young. Inside, here's Butler. Goes back up. Pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Young. Hartenstein with the screen on Murray. Young's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 5. To the wing on the left. Buzelis, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
2 minutes.
Now, here is Young. Reeves right side. Back to Young. Hartenstein with the screen on Williams. Young